Hello everybody, I'm Thomas, and welcome back to another video. This time I'm playing another card game with just a standard 52 deck of cards called Regicide. This is a game designed by Paul Abrams, Luke Badger, and Andy Richdale. It is this very fun, it's can be played solo, but it also can be played cooperative. This game we are going through and trying to defeat these different tough enemies. There's a little flavor text that I'll read for you. The little story text at the top reads, "A sinister corruption has spread throughout the four great kingdoms, blackening the hearts of once loved kings and queens and those that protect them. As brave adventurers, you must work together using your special powers of your champions and animal companions. Overthrow the corrupted monarchs, purge them of their darkness, and add them to your ranks so that life can be brought to the land once more." So this game is pretty, I would say, iconic in the solo gaming sphere. At least it is in my eyes, as far as like games that you play with just a deck of cards. I feel like more than anything else, I hear about this game, and I am pretty new to this game. I am not great at it, so I will probably lose, but hopefully I can at least explain the rules pretty good. So in this game, you're trying to defeat different enemies. It starts with the four jacks, and then it goes to the four queens, the four kings finally. They get tougher as you go through, and each suit in this game has a special ability. So real quick, I'll run through the special abilities. Spades, basically they allow you to block damage. Clubs do double damage. Diamonds, draw cards to your hand up to your hand limit. Hearts, heal the tavern deck. So this is, I think, what they call the tavern deck, and this is the castle deck. So this is where the enemies are gonna come out of. This is where I can draw cards from. So like I said, all the jack, queen, and kings are in here. Every other card was dealt in this deck, and I dealt myself 8 cards. I also have the 2 jokers over here. These can be used as like optional abilities to kind of help me out throughout the game. To basically, I can use them to discard my hand and redraw back up to 8 cards. But the basic gameplay goes, I will play a card. So let's just, for example, I'm not going to actually do this. But let's just say I play like the 8 of hearts, okay? So the jack, in this case, they do 10 damage and they have 20 health. So if I were to play this, I would do 8 damage to them. But if they are not dead, which 8 damage is not 20, so they are not dead, they will then attack me. So then I will be taking 10 damage. If I had played a spade, spades are the ones that allow you to block, so that would have maybe blocked some damage. But in this case, then I have to discard 10 damage worth of cards from my hand. A kind of wrinkle in this, though, is that the special abilities for a suit do not work against that suit. So with this jack of spades, I can't play spade cards, but just the abilities won't be used. Besides that, that's pretty much it. You can play more than one card if the combo of cards, if it's the same card and it's 10 or less. So I could play these 2s, or if I had another 2, I could play 3 2s. I could play these 2 5s, but I can't play like 2 8s or something. And finally, there are aces in the deck, which are called like animal companions, and you can basically, they count as a 1 value, and then you can play them with any other card, and it will basically like, it will add on to the total value, and then you'll get its ability as long as the other cards. It's kind of confusing. I'll kind of explain animal companions when they come up, but let's just go ahead and get started. Okay, so I'm not gonna be able to take this guy out in one turn, so I'm gonna get hit at some point. So I'm gonna start out playing a 6, that is a club, so it's gonna double to 12 damage. It's not 20 damage, so they're still alive. So then they're gonna come and hit me. I'm gonna get rid of just one of my, yeah, I'll get rid of the 2 of spades and the 8 of hearts. So I took 10 damage, and now we kind of just keep going. So they've already taken 12, so I just need to play an 8 to finish them off. I will play the 8 of diamonds. So since I only have 4 cards in my hand, I can draw 1, 2, 3, 4, and I get a couple cool cards. And with that, they are dead. Now, another thing I didn't really mention earlier, but when it comes to defeating enemies, if you deal the exact amount of damage to them, you can place them face down on top of the tavern deck. If I would have dealt more than damage than they had, if I would have dealt like over damage, I still would have defeated them, but they would have just been placed face up in the discard deck, which then they would have to be added here once I play some heart ability. So let's see what the next jack is. It's gonna be the jack of clubs. All of these get discarded, and we're trying to defeat this guy now. Okay, so I drew an ace. So I think my best move, I'm not gonna be able to take this guy out in one hit either. So I will play the 8 of spades. That will block 8 of the damage, so they only deal 2. So I will just, I'll just discard my 2. Since you can play cards in pairs, I'm going to do that now. So I'm going to play both of these 5s, and I believe, I'll double check. I think heart activates first. So what you do for hearts is, I'm going to triple check I'm doing this right. So you shuffle the discard pile, And then you count out number of cards, which I think there's only 1, 2, 3, there's only 5. And then these all just get placed on the bottom part of the tavern deck. So that is that. And then with the diamonds, I have 4 cards in my hand, so I draw only 4. So I get one of the jacks. So I will just discard this 4 because I still am taking 2 damage. You know, the 8's still blocking that, and so they're almost dead. They're at 18 health. I was gonna see if there's a way I could finish this off exactly, which I could if I were to maybe play both aces, which I don't really want to do. So instead, I'll just deal over damage with the 3 of diamonds. I have 2, 4, 6 cards, so I can at least draw 2. And then with that, they are dead. I did over damage, so they're going into the discard pile and not on top of the tavern deck. We're on to the next jack. So, Jack of Diamonds, I think this is a good time to use an animal companion along with this Jack. So, Jack of Spades normally would block damage, but doesn't matter because with the Ace, that's an 11 total, and then that doubled is 22, so that's going to take them out. I don't know how this, if it matters the order they go in the discard pile. But on to the next one, which I think I'm going to just start out by doing something like blocking 6 of the damage. So I take 4, only 4, right? Because I do 10 damage. And then I should just be able to do this, right? Because double damage, 14 plus 6, that's 20. So that is exact damage. They can go on top of the tavern deck. Discard my hand, and we're on to the first queen. This is where stuff's gonna start getting real tricky. Okay, so what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to play one of the jokers because there's not much I can do. I could play both of these, the animal companion with the 5. What's nice is that it'll do 6 double damage, so 12. I should have mentioned the queen does 15 damage when they attack and they have 30 health. So 6 damage, 12 damage is not nothing, but now they're going to attack me. I have the option now. I'm gonna use one of the jokers to discard my hand and draw 8. And then since I have my new hand, which lots of high cards, great, but they still are attacking me. So I still have to discard 15 damage worth of stuff. So that is done. I've dealt 12 damage. So I think if I were to play the 9, that would do it, right? Because the 9 doubled, that's 18. And then add that to 12, that's 30, which is exactly how much the queen has. I'm just making sure that all checks out. Yeah, 6, I did 12, another 18. That will be enough to finish them off. So that was exact damage. The queen gets added to the top of the tavern deck, and the next queen is the Queen of Hearts. I'm gonna start out by playing the 9 of Spades to just start blocking some of the damage. They're still gonna do 6. Which at this point, I think it's best if I discard the Jack, which counts as 10. Then I will just play, I will play the 9 of Diamonds. That allows me to draw, I guess in this case, 6 cards. Okay, this may not be the best idea, but I was thinking about this for a hot second. So I'm gonna play a 10. I mean, at this point, that's 28 damage, so they're almost dead. I fully block any incoming damage, so I don't have to take any damage. At this point, I'm going to play, I think, the 2 aces, right? Because then that'll bring me up to exactly 30. Unfortunately, the heart ability doesn't work, but that's fine. Spades blocks, but it doesn't matter because at this point, they are dead. Yep, so I will discard all of, make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Yeah, heart doesn't activate because, yeah, okay. So that all goes to the discard. They get flipped over, and then onto the next Jack, or I guess at this point onto the next queen. I guess I will start by playing the 10, which allows me to draw 4 cards. Great, now I have to discard 15 damage. Okay, yeah, I have to discard 15 damage, so I will just discard, I guess, the Queen of Diamonds. I really don't want to, but I kind of have a plan, and that I've already done 10 damage, so I could do another 15 for a total of 25, and then with the Queen of Hearts, I can shuffle the discard pile, and then that will allow me to draw 15 cards, and then randomly put them on the bottom of like the little tavern deck. So I'm gonna give this a decent shuffle, and I will deal out 15 cards. Go on the bottom. Okay, and they are going to be attacking me again for 15. Yeah, I'm gonna discard my 2, 3, 4, and 7 because that's 16 total. They're dealing 15 damage. I don't have to deal way over damage, but whatever. It's 35 damage. They are dead, getting placed into the discard pile and onto the next queen, which right off the bat, there's not going to be too much I can do. I have a 3 of spades, so I can play that, block 3 of the damage. I now have to take damage. I will use the other joker to draw 8 cards. And I just realized this is a spade. I cannot block damage, so I'm just going to have to discard 15 full damage, which I will do so now. And figure out what I want to play next, because this ain't looking too good if I'm being honest. I've only dealt 3 damage. I still need to deal 27 more. I mean, I have cards, but I mean, I'll go ahead and start with that to bring them up to 10. You know, maybe I'll do that. Well, I'll use the 6 instead, just in case. Just do 9 damage, and then since I have, 5 cards in hand, I'll be drawing 3. Okay, and then once again, they will be dealing a big old 15 damage, which I have not done anything to stop, so that's fun. I guess I'll discard these 2, and then back to my turn. So far, I've only dealt 9 damage to them. I will play a 6, so that'll do 12 plus my 9, that's 21 total, and that's something. Now I have to discard another. Oh boy, this ain't looking good. Okay, so I can discard this 3, this 4, and this 8. And then I can play this 8 to draw back up to a full hand. Okay, I have to discard another 15 damage, so I will get rid of my 10 and my 5. And then right now they're at, what did I say, 12, 21, 29, so they're just 1 point away from dying. So I can just play an ace there, and with the heart ability, I can heal. I make sure I'm doing the right one. So I could shuffle this up, and I'm only adding 1 to the bottom, but then that is exact damage. So that goes on top. Wait, no, this goes over here. This goes in the discard, and then we're on to the first king, which I've already blown through both of my jokers. My hand's not looking too hot. Not feeling the most confident, but we'll see what we can do. Oh, the king of diamonds. I'm screwed then. I don't think there's anything I can do, because the king of diamonds means I can't use the diamond ability, which means I can't draw cards. If I can't draw cards, there's no way I can win with this hand. I mean, I'll do the best I can. I could play all 3 2s at the same time. I mean, I could block some of the damage, but kings, they do 20 damage per attack, so it's kind of rough. Yeah, I mean, there's no way I can win this. Even if I were to do max block, 6, deal 6 damage, block for 6, king's still gonna hit me, and then I have to discard 14, which I do have. You know, I can discard, boom, 10, 14, but then that leaves me with no cards left, and unfortunately, that's a loss. I didn't even make it through one of the kings, but this game is tough, and like I said, I'm still pretty new to it, still learning the rules. Hopefully I got all the rules kind of good here today. Obviously, strategy, don't come to this video for, but hopefully at least got a sense of what this game is like. I really enjoy it. I'm still new to it, but I'm really liking it. Hopefully I'll get better at it as I get more plays in, but I think this is a really fun card game. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, a like would be greatly appreciated. And until next time, I'll see you.